Welcome to Retro Racer. One of the questions we often get asked on the Facebook group 143rd Slot Cars is, can you race or run even 1/32nd scale cars on Carrera GO 143rd scale track? I've taken pictures in the past showing that the cars side by side, which kind of technically means that you can, but then you have the cars, the rear end of the cars tracking inwards when they're going slow on corners, which can cause a D-slot. And then naturally, if a car slides wide on the outside lane, it's going to cock the car over and lose contact at the least, if not D-slot and roll over. So anyway, I thought we'd also check it out from the perspective of, will a Go set actually power 1/32nd scale cars with magnets in? I don't generally run my cars with magnets, but some of the newer cars that I've not run yet have still got the magnets in them, and that's the 4 cars that will be running in this video. There's another really interesting video that I'll link in the description field, done by 143rd Slot Cars channel, that explains all the various power supplies and controller configurations that you can get for Carrera Go. For this particular exercise, we'll be running the 14.8 volt power supply, 700 milliamps or 0.7 of an amp, and that's shared in switch mode, which means it's regulated between the 2 cars, and the electronic controllers without the turbo button. Now, I've done a little bit of a test, and I find the car's extremely touchy due to the high voltage, and plus non-magnet lower voltage is my thing. Now, excuse my gruff voice, I'm down with the man flu at the moment, just trying to fill in a couple of hours. So I'm just going to drive the Blue Mini around at a steady pace, and yes, I know one tail light is out, it's been that way since new. And I'll just show that you can get past easily without touching with another Mini on 143rd track. So I'll just get this car up to a reasonable pace that I can control at a constant throttle setting. And yes, you can get past each other, even in the corners. So our answer on the 143rd Slot Car Facebook group is to the question, can you run 1/32nd cars on 143rd track? Yes, you can. Will you enjoy it? I'm not really so sure. I find these really touchy and I really have to concentrate. Doesn't help with the man flu though. So I'll just pull these up, and then I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, well, I've just swapped over the cars. Once again, it's a couple of Scalextric Ford GT Falcons from the 70s that I haven't yet pulled the magnets out of, so they're brand new cars. Otherwise, as I said earlier, the magnets will be out. I'll just try and get the red car up to pace. As you can see, they're very close. They've got, probably 3 to 4 millimeters, just over 1/8 of an inch between them. In my testing earlier, I found that if they touched, or they would touch in a corner if you're attempting a pass, and it would actually wedge both cars up on an angle, which would lift the braids off the track. So for this demonstration, I've put a bit more downward angle on the braids. The magnet will counteract that, I'm sure, and it might give us a slightly more reliable overtake chance. I'll give it a go. I haven't really tested it since. Just bear with me. I'll see if I can get this red car up to a reasonable, consistent pace. And then I'll drive the purple car up to it if I can. I don't know if it shows in the video, but when you're side by side in the corner, the cars are fouling on each other, and they are slightly cocking up due to the cars rubbing against each other. And it looks like by having a little more angle on the braids, they're powering through that, but you also see the cars binding and hanging up because they're loading up in the slot and loading up against the tyres, and then that happens. So in answer to the question, can you drive 1/32 cars on 1/43 scale Go Track? Yes, you can. Will you enjoy it? In my opinion, no. You could definitely run Scalextric Minis or Cortinas, or say Carrera 904 Porsches, and any slim car you could probably run reasonably well. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. I will change out the power supply and power connection track to the regular type Carrera Go controllers that have the dreaded turbo button, and there'll be a distinct reason as to why I do that. But unfortunately at the moment I only have one of these, so I won't be able to do two cars running at once. I'll endeavour to look around, see if I've got another controller or pick up a second-hand one off one of the sites somewhere. Thank you for your time. Bye for now.